Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to talk about Home Depot reporting tomorrow, share our game plan in Forex, how to clear your mind so you trade as well as possible tomorrow. Of course, then our full stock analysis. This is the Newsbeat Show. So, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Newsbeat Show number 20. We're going to start off with, let's start off with a little joke today. I actually got sick with the flu. That's not the funny part. But my son came to me and he asked me what it was like to be married. And I basically, it's a very interesting question from a kid so young. So I basically told him to leave me alone, which I was doing all day because I caught the flu and I didn't want to infect him. Then I came back to him 5 minutes later and asked him why he was ignoring me. So, welcome everybody to the Newsbeat Show. We have a lot of interesting things on our radar. We're going to start off with Home Depot reporting here. And let's just get right to it. Things to watch for tomorrow. So, one of the things to watch for tomorrow in Home Depot is going to be talks about the housing market. Obviously, the housing market is going to be a very big deal to their future earnings. You're going to want to see more home building, for example. Basically, on February 15th, which was kind of recently, just last week, on February 15th, the National Association of Home Builders said builder confidence remained unchanged at its high of 72 in February. Builders are, according to one analyst, excited about the pro-business political climate that will strengthen the housing market and support overall economic growth. Again, more money, more things to buy, from pork bellies to chicken soup to cars to homes. We'll see if this is going to be boding well for Home Depot. I can't imagine it not, but their future guidance is what's going to ultimately depend, will be ultimately what these earnings depend on. Of course, Lowe's is also going to be reporting tomorrow, so it's going to be very interesting to see both of them report. Lowe's is going to be reporting actually on February 28th, and of course Home Depot tomorrow, so we should see movement in both. Anything positive in Home Depot should ultimately be positive for Lowe's. And now we're just going to move into our game plan in Forex. Just list of names I'm watching for tomorrow. I think I have some pretty interesting names here today. Let me just change this to the 20th. There you go. Okay. And I mentioned letter X here. Just to give you an idea, letter X was exploding out in volume yesterday. Just to show you what happened here in letter X. Just an explosive move through a resistance trend line. I am bullish now on letter X. For those who took my class, any revisit to the trend line means I'm looking to go long with pretty decent conviction here. So definitely keep an eye on letter X long. Next on my list I'm going to share with you guys is Mule. They reported earnings. They exploded up, a little name we capitalized on Friday. And you could just see this MULE, Mule, popping up through all-time highs. I'm just basically looking for a follow-through of the all-time high of $31. Last but not least is a little Israeli oil company, which I've watched have follow-through in the past. It's pretty interesting here. It's ZN. And look what a beautiful bull flag here on Zion Oil and Gas. So I'm going to look for a breakout here, 444. I think we could test $5 easily in this name. Stock is currently $4.04. And just moving on along, our trader relief session. So I generally like to quote stories from my stories about my life on this. I call it the daily lift me upper as well. It really sets traders' mind in the right mentality, whether they had a good week or a bad week, and just basically helps them to sit forward. So one day I was in a trading room and we are doing the psychology of the room, And I've done so many of these things over my life, and I just really try to make people think. And I think opening up certain parts of the brain really take you to that next level. So basically, I I had a bunch of traders in the room, and basically they were, waiting for me to hand out a paper. So I literally handed out a normal standard 8.5, 11 by 11 piece of paper, and I did nothing else but just draw a little black dot in the middle. Like I literally took a Sharpie marker, and I just like didn't even draw it. I just like stabbed the middle of the paper, so you would get like just a little black dot in the middle. And everybody is looking at themselves, and everybody is looking, asking what the hell's going on, and they're sort of laughing with each other. And I said, take another sheet of paper. I told the class of traders, and I said, I want you to write what you see right there. Obviously, they know I always have something up my sleeve, but they thought I was crazy, and they started writing. So at the end, I took everybody's paper. I started reading each one in front of all the students in the class. All of them, with no exceptions, described the black dot, trying to explain either its position in the middle of the sheet, etc., the color. And after all had been read, the classroom was silent, and I said, okay. I basically said this. I basically said, I just wanted to give you something to think about. Not one person in the class, not one of you guys in the class, there were, wrote about the white part of the paper. Everybody focused on the black dot. And I really feel the same happens in our trading lives. This is exactly what we end up doing with our trading. We get so hell-bent on watching something and wanting to make money in a certain area that we just really don't understand what's going on around us in the market. You know, we have a white piece of paper, a large paper to hold on to, but we're so busy contemplating about the dark spot that's dead in the center. Being a trader is a special gift, ladies and gentlemen. There are people who would kill to be in your shoes right now. It was so funny. I was talking to a trader over this weekend who lost a lot of money last week. Dude's a fun trader, so he was down like 2.1, for the week. So he was having a really bad week, and he was really upset. And I'm like, look, here's a guy down a couple mil, and I basically said, how much buying power do you have left? And he's like, well, it's the same buying power. He's like, he still has, he still has over $50 million. And I basically said, you realize how many people out there would kill to be in your shoes right now? You realize even starting, I mean, he was up money from the prior month, but even starting, let's say, a brand new account down 2.1, let's call it 2 million. To start an account down 2 million with all that buying power, there are traders who would kill to be in your shoes. And I explained that to him. And I almost believe that approaching trading is really how you look at it, how you look at trading. And if you approach it with positivity, you're going to get positive results. If you approach what on paper seems negative, like a $2 million loss, and you approach it with positivity, it's going to give you the strength to do intelligent decisions in the future, which the guy's a phenomenal trader. That's why he's trading that sort of money in the first place. And I have no doubt in my head he's going to bounce back. But these traders, they call me when they're down on their times because they like me to lift them up. The funny thing is, the reason why I started this is because I have a list of very, very high-end buying power traders who call me, and like they literally like vent their problems. They call me grandpa. Ironically, I'm not even 40 years old. They call me grandpa, and that's because it's like I sit them on. I asked, why you call me that. One guy did it, and it sort of caught on. He's like, because you sit me down on your lap and you explain it to me and you make it all better. And that's why he said. So I'm basically doing this service to you the same way that I would do for other people. And whether you did good or bad, it's very important to hear these things. It literally keeps us healthier, believe it or not. There are so many scientific studies behind it, and there are people who pay a lot of money to psychologists, positive speakers, shrinks, etc., for this, and it literally allows you to evolve. So, Trading is that special gift, and yet we insist on focusing on only the small spots of the market or the little dark spots on the paper. The health issues that are bothering us, the money we need to have, the luxuries we don't have, complications in any relationships, problem with a family member, someone else, the disappointment with a friend, and so on. You have to realize in trading that the dark spots are very small and only few, and yet we really allow these to pollute our mind with psychological toxicity. If you're able, ladies and gentlemen, to just bear with me and maybe just take your eyes away from those little black spots in trading, enjoy each one of your blessings, each moment and opportunity that you have, and you will be happy and you will live a life positively with a positive P&L. So I hope you guys enjoyed that little daily pick-me-upper. You guys are on bathroom duty all week, which basically simply means that don't leave your chair. We might hit a tremendous home run. I mean, how often do I talk to you guys like this? Obviously not too often. All right? There's a elevated chance of a home run. Will it happen? Who knows? Maybe yes, maybe no. But between now and the next 2 weeks, extremely high elevated chance of a home run. I'm letting you guys know from 9:30 to 11. I would really say 9:30 to 11:30. Try to be in front of your computer the best way you can. There's going to be liquid gold potentially coming out of your speakers. Now we're going to offer the full stock analysis for members only. This is me basically listening to you ask a question on any stock that you want, me telling you where I would personally potentially buy it or sell it. I would never tell you what to buy and sell, as I am not a financial advisor and I don't give stock picks and investment advice, but I will tell you where I would potentially buy it, answer all your questions and thoughts about any stock you're watching, and give it the best way I can. Of course, that full stock analysis is for Newsbeat Live members only, and I hope you guys enjoyed this Newsbeat Show number 20 with several more to come. Happy trading, make money. We'll see you guys tomorrow morning on the Newsbeat Live trading broadcast. Have a wonderful evening.